All right, we are diving into what really is the difference between treating a symptom that you have versus treating the cause. So, I'm going to dive into some info today. This is honestly one of my favorite things to, you know what I mean, unlock because this can really open up your mind into different ways of working with your body and looking at what's upstream, really looking at where the issues are coming from. I'm Dr. Beth Westie, women's health and hormone expert, and specializing in nutrition that matches your hormones in your cycle. And what I look for everybody is what's upstream. What's the actual cause of it? What is going on over here that's trickling down into you feeling this way or having these issues? So I wrote just a few things down that I want to talk about that are really common. And I'm going to give you an example as we go through. So if you are feeling like, oh my gosh, yes, I've totally done this, where I've tried to work with the symptom, versus the cause, yes, that's me. And let me know in the comments. I do check the comments. So I want to see what your thoughts are on this. Yes. So fatigue. Fatigue is the symptom. So if I'm going to treat the symptom, what are some ways I could treat the symptom of fatigue? Right? Right? It could be coffee. Coffee is a way to treat fatigue. Are you tired? Oh, have a pick me up. Right? Sugar. Now, is this desirable? Is if you're like, what? Are you telling me to eat sugar? No. I'm just saying, if all it is that you're tired, you can get some type of relief from that symptom. That's relief from the symptom directly. That's what we're targeting. We're not looking at why you're tired. That's the biggest difference there. If we're looking at why you're tired, if we're looking at why this is happening, that's the cause. We're going to look at your cortisol levels, your stress levels. We're going to look at your adrenals. We're going to look at your sleep. We're going to look at what your melatonin levels are. We're going to look at what your body's doing, how it's processing things, and specifics about how your body's functioning. So in the comments here, I'm going to put a link for the waitlist for the Female Hormone Solution Program. Waitlist is getting full. So if you want in on the next group, you got to be on the waitlist, and you will get your own hormone testing where we look at all the causes of everything. So that's exciting. But this is looking at the cause. Why is this happening? Right? If you're like, well, I'm not sleeping well, and people are like, oh, just go to bed earlier. And you're like, oh, I would if I could. I lay in bed for 2 hours and my brain won't shut off. Well, how do I manage this? Just go to bed earlier. Thank you, Captain Obvious. Like, of course I should go to bed earlier. Ugh. Right? That's not helpful. That's not helpful. So looking at the cause, though, is helpful when we're looking at overall fatigue. Let's look at PMS. Treatments for PMS, right? Oh, I have mood swings. I have bad cramps. I feel like garbage. I get really bloated before my period starts. I have a really heavy cycle. I have all these other hormonal issues. Ugh, what can I do? A lot of people will do, if you're just treating the symptom, and I'm not saying that these are bad things to do, right? But you could do something like a hot pack. That's treating the symptom. Some people take some type of pain reliever. There's natural forms of those as well. I'll just put down an analgesic. That can mean any type of thing that's going to help relieve the pain or issues that you have. A common thing that people take, this is an over-the-counter, like I'm going to take a Midol or something, right? That's literally marketed to help with your PMS. Well, Midol is caffeine and, I can't remember what it is. Is it acetaminophen in there? I can't remember if that's the combination or not. I'm totally blanking on that, but it's like a pain reliever and caffeine. Yeah. Does that actually look at why you're having really bad PMS or really bad cycle issues? No. So if we're looking at the cause of it and really diving into this, we're going to look at what are your estrogen levels? What are your progesterone levels? What is your liver doing? This is not very well organized. I apologize. What is your liver doing? How is your liver processing everything? Right? That's going to be a big thing. and more and more. And we're going to look at more things here. But that's looking at the cause so we can actually help. I chatted with a gal today. I actually had a check-in call today and I was so excited. She was like, yeah, my period was like, it was lighter. Her cycles were normally something like this. Spotting for days before a super heavy cycle that lasted like 4 or 5 days, super heavy clots, pain, all this stuff. And then spotting again for another few days. That's like a week and a half, right? And she's like, there was no spotting at all. My period overall was lighter and it was a little bit shorter, you know, in terms of the days where it was heavier, you know. So there was no spotting on either end of it. So that's 6 days that she wasn't having any issues. And then of the 4 to 5 days, it was a day shorter and lighter. Now, it's not fantastic yet, but we're just getting started with some of these things for her. But that's looking at these things, how her body is working and functioning. That's amazing. That's amazing. That's life-changing. I know women that literally have to schedule their life around their cycle, that literally cancel their day. They don't go to work. They can't go to work. It's that bad. Yeah. And if all you're doing is working with how you're feeling, okay, but if we're looking upstream, that's where we get to make real change. So exciting. Okay. Next one here is not having any muscle tissue. I have a hard time building muscle tissue. I'm going to the gym, I'm working out, and all this stuff, and nothing is happening. Oh, I totally understand. I totally understand. So, I need to build more muscle. I'm going to take a bunch of like pre-workout. I'm going to take a bunch of like exercise. I'm just going to categorize this as like exercise supplements. And then do some specific heavy lifting. I'm gonna just max out all the time. Super heavy lifting. And I'm not saying that this is a bad thing to do. Again, none of these things are bad, but they're trying to fix a symptom. And if you're just doing this without looking at why this is happening for you, you're missing a big part of the picture. So over here, we have to look at your androgen levels. Androgen levels and your cortisol levels. Those are the number 1 and number 2 things that I find that are off on gals that cannot build, maintain muscle, or even recover from workouts. Yeah. So if we can get your system, so I mean, you can do this and this, right? But if all you're doing is looking at this, you're never going to make any progress and keep it. Ugh, stuck on a hamster wheel. No one likes that. Weight gain. Probably the most frustrating symptom overall. The weight gain piece of it here, when we look at this and look at gaining weight, there's a million different things that you can do to just lose weight, right? And at some point, these things stop working, right? It's the cut calories, increase workouts. It's all these other tactics, right, which are just fancy things. I'm going to do intermittent fasting. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do whatever. When really what we have to dive into is, I mean, all of this goes down here. And your nutrient levels and your neurotransmitter levels and your adrenal function. And are you insulin resistant, right? It all plays a role. Weight gain and weight loss resistance is not a simple calorie in, calorie out when you have issues, when you have other symptoms. Most of the time people move forward and I'm going to lose weight. I want to get healthier. And if I lose weight, I'll feel better. If I lose weight, I won't have this issue. If I lose weight, then this will happen. And it's not wrong, but you're going at it backwards because your body didn't gain weight because it just didn't feel good. Your body gained weight as a symptom of all these other things going on. So if we start to work with this, work on your fatigue and work on these hormones here and get your body feeling better, get you more energy, work with your hormone issues here, get your body building more lean muscle, your body will have the energy, the stamina, everything that it needs to have and get to and maintain a healthy weight. If it's not at a healthy weight, your body's protecting you from something. Fat mass accumulation, fat cell accumulation in the female body is protective. It's there for a reason. It's not just coming on for no reason, like, hey, I decided to show up today. No, it's there for a reason. We have to find out why. I mean, great explanation. Yay, thank you. Yeah. So this is what I got for you guys today. I wanted to dive into this symptom versus cause. And I know this is a little bit messy, but it's really looking at how are you caring for yourself and what are you really looking at? Are you going off of the same old thing? I'm going to try another nutrition program that's just kind of, run of the mill, a cookie cutter program, just something listed out, something from a book. And I'm not saying that they're wrong things to do. It's just if it's not aligning with what your system needs and we're not looking at these things, you're missing out on the whole picture. So make sure you go in the comments, get on the wait list for the next program that I have. You will get your own Dutch test. We will deep dive into what your system is doing, look at all these things, and you get customized recommendations based on what your body's doing to help get you on the path to a healthier you. So that's what I got for you guys today. Let me know if you have questions, and please let me know your thoughts here in the comments. I really, really, really want to know if this was helpful, if you learned something. And again, I have that masterclass that I'm doing in about 20 minutes on hormone testing. So I'm going to be deep diving into the Dutch test, what it is, why it's important, what it shows you, and all that good stuff. So let me know if you guys need anything else. Otherwise, I will see you later. Bye.